Today we're talking about the fingerprints of God. And right now, as you can see, I'm sitting out here in a beautiful area. You got the river going behind me, beautiful trees, a lot of families out here just spending time with their families and their kids because, you know, under this mandate. So it's beautiful out here, and nature itself is beautiful. Nature is one of God's beautiful creations, revealing his beauty, his power, his DNA, and his love for us. God is able to use and still uses nature to teach us, speak to us, and provide for us. And an example of that is last week, Julie and I, we actually went up to Fraser Park, up to the forest, found a secluded place, and just sat out there, had lunch, and just pretty much was quiet, just in awe of God's wonder, just seeing his fingerprints on everything he created. And it's during those times, everything's quiet. God will speak to us. God will teach us things. So that's what I mean by that. Even when you look at Christ himself, Christ went out to the wilderness to spend time with God. Christ went out a lot up to the mountains to spend time with God. So why can't we do that? Now, I'm going to be reading out the book of Job, chapter 12, verses 7 through 10. Here we go. Just ask the animals, and they will teach you. Ask the birds of the sky, and they will tell you. Speak to the earth, and it will instruct you. Let the fish in the sea speak to you, for they all know that my disaster has come from the hand of the Lord. For the life of every living being and every living thing is in his hand, and the breath of every human being. So here Job is telling us that God is in control. God has the power of everything. So here in chapter 12, Job is responding and answering his friends. They had some questions, and as he's answering them, he's explaining his understanding of God's ways and that all creation knows the power of God. He's telling his friends that what they say and believe about God is so elementary and so surface that even the animals know it themselves. They know what these guys are trying to tell them. So it means that they need to go deeper in it. And he's also pretty much telling them that if you want to know God and the ways and God's ways, just take a look around you and see creation. So that's what he's telling them there. I'm going to read real quick out of the book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 20. Again, that's Romans chapter 1, verse 20, if I could find it real quick. All right, here we go. For ever since the world was created, people have seen the earth and sky. Through everything God made, they can clearly see his invisible qualities, his eternal power and divine nature. So they have no excuse for not knowing God. And that is pretty deep right there. So in other words, God's creation delivers a clear, unmistakable message about God, his character, and his personality. See, God holds everyone responsible and accountable for the refusal or acknowledgement of what he has shown them of himself through his creation and in his creation. Here are two great sayings about God and his creation. Here's one right here. Everything living on earth is created by God within the frames of time and space. That's the author unknown. The next one says, God is a creator of incredible beauty. In all that he has envisioned and desired to create, he also desired to share. God desires to share his creation with us. And that is from writer Michelle Carboat. Now, the nature of God is not just created for eye candy. God just didn't create this for beautiful scenery. You know, God's creation provides life. You know, trees themselves provide oxygen. They help improve air quality. They help improve climate. Trees take the carbon dioxide and produce the oxygen we need to breathe. Plants do the same thing, so there's so much about God's creation. God's creation reveals life, okay? It reveals the work of his hands, the work of his power, his authority, his intelligence, his love for us, for you and me. It reveals hope. It reveals truth. It reveals that God is living, God is personal, God is beautiful, God is gracious, and God is sovereign. Now, with all that said, let's be reminded that God is more powerful than this pandemic we're going through, okay? And the effects that it brings. Since God created the heavens, the earth, us, you and me, and everything, he will create a way and a path for us to go through and out of this pandemic and everything it brings with it. So just continue to remember how powerful our God is. If he can create all this ourselves, he could create a way for us to get out. He could part that Red Sea like he did for Moses. Hope this encouraged you. Hope this taught you something. Go out, man. Spend some time with God out in nature and just be just blessed by his wonders, all right? We will talk to you guys later, and have a great day, all right? God bless. Bye.